All right. Well, will you be in the courthouse tomorrow?
I will, Your Honor, yes. All right, I'm here
I'd
too.
like Mr. Wright to appear at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we'll enter a DCO at that time.
Great, Your Honor. I'll be there. I'll make sure that Mr. Wright can appear.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Maybe excuse?
You may.
Thank you.
All right, we're on the record in 24 CCR 237770, State of Texas versus Ramon Martinez. Mr. Nelson, give the court a status update.
Yes, Your Honor. As of this setting, we have received all the discovery from the state of Texas. I have reviewed a substantial portion of it. There's also blood discovery left and some video left to watch. I think we're in a position that we will be able to negotiate with the state here shortly.
State.
I have nothing further to add, Your Honor, except for defense, if you can please email the court and get the standard blood discovery order. It needs to be signed by you so that I can submit that to DPS to get that information and discovery from you.
I will.
All right. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Campbell. We'll come back to him. Cruz. Is your client on Zoom? Let's see. No? Go check real quick.
Mr. God.
I know my office communicated and that we had a court date today, so.
There's also a collateral issue with that case, Your Honor.
We'll come back to it.
Thank you.
Rydell Wilson.
I stand present, Judge, he should be on Zoom, and I don't see Pamela anywhere on here. We're in interpreter.
She's on Zoom as well. All right. Ms. Pizzurro, could you please tell Ms. Wilson to turn on her video? I don't know if he can hear you, Ms. Pizzurro, since you're muted. You're still muted.
Okay. Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Señor Wilson, ¿podría por favor activar su micrófono?
I can see him now. Let's get started. We're on the record in 24 CCR 237781, State of Texas versus Rydell Ross Wilson. Ms. Pizzurro, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will truly and accurately translate from Spanish to English and from English to Spanish, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, very good. You may.
For the purposes of the record, Judge, my name is Gonzalez, and I represent Mr. Wilson. The state of Texas has provided us with discovery. We've come to discovery, and they made a plea offer. I've conveyed the plea offer to my client. I just need to sit down and discuss it with him, and maybe by the next court date, we can have it ready.
Su señoría, quisiera que figure en las actas que la Fiscalía nos ha brindado con los documentos correspondientes al caso del señor Wilson y nos han brindado una oferta. Le he hecho saber esta oferta a mi cliente. Solamente necesitamos sentarnos y tendremos una respuesta en la siguiente fecha que tengamos audiencia.
Mr. Gonzalez, if you are able to work it out prior to the next court setting, please contact my staff.
Señor González, si puede resolverlo antes de la siguiente audiencia, por favor, póngase en contacto con mi personal.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Gracias por la actualización, señor González. Usted y su cliente ya se pueden retirar.
Mr. Wilson's free to leave.
Señor Wilson, ya se puede retirar.
I think that is the only interpretation case I have, Ms. Pizzurro.
Your Honor, just to make sure, I had Miss Martinez, Maribel C. Martinez.
That's the one we had, started about.
I was informed she spoke English.
You think something you should get it, then you did.
Okay, Ms. Pizzurro, oh, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Liquite. Good afternoon, Mr. Cox. We're waiting on your client to connect.
Okay. Is he on? I mean, is he trying to connect so you can see him?
Yes.
I can't see my screen. This on my phone is too small. I just see a bunch of little people, but I can see you pretty good. Turn it sideways. Here we go.
Go ahead and ping him to connect, to turn on his video. Okay. All right, we're on the record in 24 CCR 237688, State of Texas versus Gustavo Javier Liquite. Mr. Cox, give me an update.
Update is, Judge, I visited with the prosecutor this morning when I appeared in your court, gave her some information. I believe she might have checked some things out. She's made the offer for him to take a parenting course class and dismiss the case. And we are going to do that.
Okay. And how long is that class going to take?
I think it's an 8 or 6 hours. I don't know. It can be done online. I'll find one of the ones that the family court uses because those are the, I know people in family court that are going through divorce with children have to take that approved parenting class.
Well, he should be done by the next setting then.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And then I'm sure the dismissal can be submitted, prior to the court date too.
I get him every day. So yes. All right. Thank you, Mr. Cox, for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Pachicano. All right, we're on the record in 24 CCR 237749, State of Texas versus Brenda Catalina Pachicano. Counselor, why don't you give me a status update on the case?
Yes, sir, Judge. We got a chance to review all the discovery, and I met with my client. We've talked about everything. I have compiled all her mitigation information, so I have planned on putting a PTI packet together, and I should have that in next week.
Right. Our next court setting is November 7th. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
You do the same. Kiana Harris. We're on the record in 23 CCR 237260, State of Texas versus Kiana Harris. Ms. Godfrey, give me an update on the case.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
I am waiting to get an offer to relay to Miss Harris, Your Honor.
You're waiting on an offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Your Honor, there was a RTDP offer that was tendered to defense counsel on July 3rd.
If prosecution could resend that to me, Your Honor, I might have missed that. That was, I think, right before we had all that hurricane and we all went out for that. So it might have gotten lost in the shuffle. If they could re-email that, I'll discuss it with my client.
I'm gonna forward that to you right now.
Thank you so much.
All right. Ms. Godfrey, thank you for the update. Your client's next setting is on November 7th. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Herrera. We're on the record 23 CCR 236761, State of Texas versus Natalie Herrera. Mr. Smith, give me an update.
Your Honor, I believe we've got all the discovery. I have reviewed it, and I don't recall seeing an offer, but I do have some items that I need to share with the state, and we'll be sharing them shortly, and I think we'll be able to resolve this.
State, have you tendered an offer? Okay. Okay. Thank y'all for the update. Your client's next court setting is November 7th. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're on the record 24 CCR 238608, State of Texas versus Glenda Stewart. Mr. Melcher, give me an update.
Yes, Your Honor. We were given a offer earlier today. I've relayed that offer to my client. I do need to go over the consequences and possibly a counter offer. So I'm guessing by the 11/7 date, we're either gonna request for plea date or have it disposed of by that date.
Okay. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Zavala. All right, we're on the record in 24 CCR 237-731, State of Texas versus Ricardo Zavala. Ms. Rapani, give me an update on the case. What's going on?
Good afternoon, Judge. I actually emailed your court staff as well. I've been trying to work with the state on this case. I just received a response from them today. I have not even received an offer on this case. So I'm just trying to, the ball's sort of in their court. I'm trying to resolve this myself. I can't make much movement unless I hear from them.
State.
If we can resolve the case, I asked if she can submit a baby in the packet and I can just put it and get back to her. So we should be able to resolve this.
All right, Mr. Rapani. It sounds like you and the state need to talk, and you will talk.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
If y'all reach a resolution on this case and need a plea setting, please contact my coordinator.
Yes, Your Honor, I will.
All right, very good. You're free to go. You and your client both.
Thank you. Thank you.
Medina. All right, we're on the record in 24 CCR 237-739, State of Texas versus Christina Medina. Mr. Holton, would you give the court an update, a status update?
Judge, at this time, I believe we have all our requested discovery from the state. I am waiting on an expert for the blood on our end.
You're retaining an expert in this matter?
We're waiting on his report. Yes, Judge.
Oh, his report. Okay. Okay. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
We're on the record in 23 CCR 235-514, 233-126, and 235-524. State of Texas versus Christopher Ashton Moore. Mr. Venza, would you give the court a status update on these cases?
Yes, Your Honor. So the defendant has a pending felony case in the 434. There's been a new offer that was just made on that case on September the 9th that encompasses the resolution of the cases pending in Court 1 as well. We have felony court tomorrow morning. I anticipate asking for one last reset on the felony case for my client to consider the global offer, as if he did accept it, it would require for him to enter into Safe P. He's been out on bond the whole time that these cases have been pending. So if we could just be allowed on our current, to continue on our current docket control order, I'm feel fairly confident it's going to be resolved within the next month.
Okay. Well, that's fine. You've got pretrial coming up next, which is until December 19th.
Your Honor, if I may.
You may.
My understanding after speaking with the felony prosecutor was the global resolution only concerned one of the misdemeanor cases. There are 2 other pending misdemeanor cases that would not be resolved with that felony offer.
If I could just have one moment, Judge.
You may.
I can reconvene with ADA Limbacher, but when I spoke to her the other day, that was our understanding.
So, yeah, unless I'm reading it wrong, Colin, what she had emailed me was that in exchange for him pleading on the DWI, that the criminal trespass, the evading arrest, and the assault would be dismissed, and then he would also have to plead on the felony accident involving injury. And if I'm not mistaken, that does cover all of his pending cases.
Okay, when I had the conversation with ADA Limbacher, that's not what we discussed, so I'll reconvene with her and figure out where the miscommunication is.
Yeah, I'll forward you this email from her right now too.
Please do.
Yeah, I will. I sure will.
All right, Mr. Venza, thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go. And
Okay.
some negotiating or some discussions to be made with the state. Have a good one.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
All right, let's move to Garza. Garza, come on up. Come on up. All right, Mr. Garza, it's my understanding that your attorney is in trial in Harris County. So what we're going to do is pass your hearing. Your next status docket is going to be November 7th at 2:30 p.m. You're free to go.
I know defense counsel has reached out to the court for a plea date, so this case will be ultimately.
Very good. Have you given him a date yet? Dates. He's going to figure out which one. Okay. All right. You're free to go. Sorry. The docket control order you signed on your very first setting laid out every single date that you're going to appear in this court. You're free to go. All right, let's move on to Barton. That's you? Tell him to log in. Is he on? Right, move on to Mr. Craig's case then. Just have a seat for a second. Craig, you there?
Oh, good afternoon. I'm here, Judge.
Okay.
Yep, there it is.
Brianna DeRozan, please turn your video on. All right, very good. We're on the record in 21 CCR 225078, State of Texas versus Adriana Lachey DeRozan. Mr. Craig, give the court an update on this case, please.
Yes, good afternoon. I was in contact with the state. They gave me an offer this afternoon regarding resolution of this case. I need to discuss it with my client, see if she's inclined to accept it, if we have a counter, or if we'll need to get a hearing from the court. That's where we are, Judge.
Okay. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You have a good day.
You too. All right, let's move on to Cruz. We'll come back to Cruz, I should say. Did your client show up?
Judge, I just checked with the office and I just called him myself and did not get an answer. I also wanted to on the record, we sent him I guess, email and text about a court date and being today, so we've not heard.
Okay. What is the issue that you need to address with me?
So prior to docket, Your Honor, we were looking over this case together. There appears to have been a bond revocation in February of this year, but the defendant never turned himself in. He was never rearrested. He has shown up to every court setting since. I understand it's kind of a moot point.
Oh, this is prior to his case even being filed. Judge Patel signed it. Okay.
So there has been a active warrant for him since February of this year. Again, it's kind of moot at this point, but
I guess not so much now since he's not here, but
that's I wanted to.
So do we remove the current KPS and issue a new one for his not appearing?
Had he appeared, the state was going to request that we withdraw that KPS, but now I don't know what would be most effective. Whether we withdraw that initial revocation KPS and issue a new bond forfeiture, or we just leave the KPS as it.
Where's my clerk? I don't see that the KPS was ever issued. The bond was revoked back on February 9th by Judge Patel, but I don't see a KPS ever being issued by the clerk's office. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove that, or we'll take away the revocation. I don't know. I mean, it's not reinstating a bond. I'll just not withdrawing a KPS. I'll just override Judge Patel's revocation. And do I have a motion for a bond forfeiture for the defendant's failure to appear?
Yes, Your Honor. State.
Bailiff.
So answer at 308.
Counselor, is anything you'd like to say regarding the revocation?
Judge, like I said, I tried to contact him, he knew it was today, so I don't have an answer on that. I just wanted to let the court know as well. Similar to the last time I was here, I'm a new attorney subbing in on this, so I will be, if I haven't already, getting office to file a notice of appearance and getting discoveries from the state. Had this forward, they'll be getting a lot of emails from me on the clients I'm taking over from the previous attorney.
All right, new bond is set in the amount of $3,000 on this case. I am withdrawing Judge Patel's revocation issued on February 9th of 2024. All prior bond conditions in this case shall remain in place.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You're free to go. Hopefully the clerk's office will issue this one.
Thanks, guys.
Good rest of the day, sir.
All right, do we have Campbell? Sarah, is Campbell in the waiting room? Do I have a motion? Bailiff?
Right, 310.
New bond setting amount of $3,000. All prior bond conditions shall remain in place.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you been entering all these from today into PSRS? I need to go back and. Okay. Let's go through those after docket. All right, Ms. Giavarino up here. Barton. Your attorney is not here, so I'm passing the hearing. Your next court setting is, looks like, oh, you were set for a plea on 9/17 at 9 a.m. We'll see you then. Thank you. Ralph, what are you still here doing here? Who?
I saw him up on the waiting list there.
So you had three cases yesterday: Maribel Martinez, Wilson, and John Rodriguez. Maribel or Martinez, Rydell Wilson, John Rodriguez. John Rodriguez. Why did you have him appear today? I'm trying to remember.
During during barrel, there were some dates that were missed or whatever, and we were supposed to have a compliance and then status, and I thought compliance was yesterday and status would be today.
I actually have status listed as November 21st, but we can conduct a status anyways. Since you're here, let's pull them in. We'll just say you're being proactive. Mr. Rodriguez, if you turn your video on, please. All right. We're on the record in 24 CCR 238538, State of Texas versus John Joe Rodriguez. Mr. Gonzalez.
Discovery as of yesterday. I'm going to review it and discuss it with my client yesterday. I think the state and I will be able to work out things pretty quickly.
All right, thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go. You do the same. All right, that concludes the staff.